America a greater nation.
From Girard College, which was at the heart of the civil rights movement here in Philadelphia.
They understood the fight. They understood the struggle.
We introduce you to Changemakers from the past.
We ain't gonna let nobody turn us around.
And the visionaries today honoring their legacies.
Ed was a sort of a striking guy, you know what I mean? Just his physical presence, and I wanted to capture some of that.
From paving the way in medicine.
These were women who faced tremendous odds, and they were able to overcome and persist.
To prioritizing mental health.
They're our brothers, they're our cousins, they're my son. So black men, it's like this is for you by us.
These trailblazers charted a path that has no limits.
To have people that actually paved the way for me to have the experience today was nothing for me to be but grateful.
Join us for our special, Changemakers. CBS News Philadelphia celebrates Black history.
Thank you for joining us. I'm Janelle Burrell.
And I'm Waukesha Bailey. We celebrate Black History Month here from the historic Girard College in the heart of North Philadelphia.
Yeah, we're on the steps of Founders Hall, where inside the school's namesake, Stephen Girard, is laid to rest. This school became the focal point of the civil rights movement in our area back in the 1960s.
Now, this is the story of the freedom fighters and the first African-American students who changed Girard College forever.
Being 8 years old, Mom said to go, and
So you had to go.
That was it.
Owen Gowans was a hero of desegregation without knowing it.
I came here to go to school. That's all I knew.
He was one of the first 4 African-American boys to desegregate Girard College. Growing up in an integrated South Philadelphia neighborhood, Gowans had no idea that walking through these doors would also open them for other boys who came after him. Girard College was founded by Stephen Girard, who stated in his will this would be a school to educate white orphan boys only.
We ain't gonna let nobody turn us around.
Just outside these walls, children some as young as 14 were fighting for that moment.
We gonna keep on walking, keep on talking, and heading on the freedom land.
They called themselves the Freedom Fighters, just teenagers on the front lines of the civil rights movement here in Philadelphia. It started with just a handful of them showing up. It then became the longest continuous demonstration in U.S. history, from May 1st, 1965 to December 17th, 7 months, 17 days, led by NAACP President Cecil B. Moore.
The plan was to go early in the morning, go over the wall.
We were nervous, and we had never seen picket lines.
I became involved in the civil rights movement when I was 14.
Somebody has to be around to tell the story.
The demonstrations put Philadelphia at the center of the civil rights movement. It soon drew national attention in a visit from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.
That it is a sad experience at this stage of the 20th century, a kind of Berlin Wall to keep the colored children of God out.
Many of the demonstrators, including the ones sitting around this table, were arrested.
It was a turning point for me that said to me, this is my conviction to be convicted to my people's causes.
You can't live off bologna and lemonade.
But the fight came with a cost. Bernice says her sister Debbie, just 14, was beaten so badly it became one of the most violent moments of the fight for the civil rights movement here in Philadelphia.
The police dogs jumped on Debbie, and they started mauling her.
Then and now, decades later, the freedom fighters knew it was worth it.
So I tell people all the time, I'm a benefactor.
At these gates on September 11th, 1968, 4 black students and 2 Asian American boys broke the color barrier at the boarding school.
I made friends. As I said, prejudice is a learned behavior.
Today, Girard College is nearly 93% black.
Hey, nice to meet you, Owen Gowans.
Young people are on the front lines fighting for other young people to get, an education.
They understood the fight. They understood the struggle.
Within a month of Owen Gowans and the other 3 boys being admitted, African-American students began pouring into Girard College. Children making room for other children and changing the course of history.
Our cameras were there covering history as it unfolded here at Girard College. Meanwhile, this year marks 20 years since the passing of legendary CBS journalist and changemaker Ed Bradley. He was a beloved Philly native, but what was supposed to be a lasting tribute to the trailblazer is now blocked as a result of the city's building boom. It's now forcing the community to take action. On a gray and dreary winter day in the city, the vibrant colors and distinguished face on this West Philadelphia row home are hard to miss. It's breathtaking in person.
Ed Bradley and I are both graduates of Change University. He also spoke at my graduation.
Leroy McCarthy is the changemaker who spent years fighting red tape to get the Ed Bradley mural installed before it was finally unveiled on Belmont Avenue in 2018 as a tribute to the late CBS News legend in the neighborhood where he grew up.
A man among men, a trailblazer.
Yeah.
In many ways.
But the site, which spans 70 feet and once the center of a community gathering space, is now blocked by new construction.
Well, I was flabbergasted.
What did you think when you heard that this building went up?
I think literally my jaw dropped.
Patricia Blanchette was Mr. Bradley's wife. That's her embracing him in the mural.
A lot of people worked on this. The entire CBS team, both the local team and the national team, scores of school children.
Including kids from the very schools where Bradley attended and worked. He was a Philadelphia school teacher and a DJ at WDAS Radio before becoming a journalist, rising to national prominence as the first Black White House television correspondent and a correspondent for 60 Minutes.
He always talked about, being extraordinarily fortunate and encouraging others to follow their passions.
Clearly, it's something that you just did not want to see go away.
Well, I didn't want to see it evaporate. What? I knew when it's coming.
We were all on board.
With Leroy McCarthy's help, Kathy Harris from Mural Arts Philadelphia is now overseeing a new mural planned for this wall a few blocks away.
So we're painting all winter, and then we'll get to install it like wallpaper.
Ernell Martinez designed the first piece and is recreating the new one.
Ed was a sort of a striking guy, you know what I mean? Just his physical presence, and I wanted to capture some of that. These vibrant colors, lots of energy. He was a big lover of jazz music, so the fluidity of the imagery, these little vignettes.
Martinez is planning the same for the new location, set to be finished this summer, with another celebration planned just a few months from the day Bradley died 20 years ago.
Do right by Mr. Bradley.
Yeah, exactly, yep.
To us who did not know him, he seemed like just this cool cat, this cool guy, such a presence, so smart. What do you think he would make of this?
He'd be, to use one of his expressions, tickled pink. I do. This mural and this reminder of his work and his legacy and his passions and his spirit be firmly grounded in the neighborhood where he's from. So I feel incredibly blessed and honored to be able to do this again.
There is much more to come on our special. Hear about Philadelphia's first training school for Black nurses.
You see Black women as the backbone to organizations that we've come to rely on.
We'll also introduce you to two women changing the way Black men approach mental health.
Started with just a couple of friends asking my colleagues to do it, and we put an Instagram post up. Free therapy for Black men.
Stay with us for more on Changemakers. CBS News Philadelphia celebrates Black history.
Welcome back to our special Changemakers. CBS News Philadelphia celebrates Black history.
And we are joining you from historic Girard College, right inside of the museum, which walks you through this boarding school's history, which dates back to 1831.
And as the home of the nation's first hospital, Philadelphia is the birthplace of many widely reported healthcare milestones.
Yet the achievements of a group of Black Philadelphia women doesn't get nearly enough recognition. CBS News Philadelphia's Brandon Goldner introduces us to the changemakers working to keep their legacy alive.
In a city constantly moving forward, Raynette Fields is looking back at how 50th and Woodland in Philadelphia's King Sessing neighborhood
56 years I've been on that block.
has changed.
And we're the senior citizen home. That used to be the housing for the nurse.
The nurses at Mercy Douglas Hospital, where young Fields would sneak into late at night and run around the halls.
The nurses probably remember me because I was terrorizing the neighborhood coming up. But now I'm sweet. I'm a nice woman.
Besides chasing after Fields, Mercy Douglas nurses pursued the opportunity to shape the future of nursing for Black women.
What year is this?
Yeah, that's the 50s.
Thousands of pages of documents and photos, housed here at Penn Nursing School's Barbara Bates Center, tell the story of how Mercy Douglas served as Philadelphia's first training school for Black nurses.
They were challenging racist ideas about who Black people were.
Hafisa Ankrum is a postdoctoral fellow who worked as a nurse in New York City. As part of her research, she interviewed more than 25 Mercy Douglas alumni.
Miss Geraldine Hatcher, she was so proud to be a Mercy Douglas nurse, and
I loved our uniforms.
She said, and I would have my head up high, just strutting.
It was something to really be proud.
Mercy Douglas opened in 1948 following the merger of two Black-owned hospitals, the oldest of which was founded in 1895. In an era of racist Jim Crow segregation, Mercy Douglas provided healing and hope to Philadelphia's Black communities.
Helen Smith, she was, oh my goodness, she was an amazing storyteller.
But I can remember going to that oxygen room and pulling them great big tanks out and twirling them around.
Mercy Douglas's academic culture traces back to its predecessors, where school administrators held students to a high standard, grading their knowledge of anatomy and operating room technique, as well as more subjective areas like obedience and neatness. Despite the strict environment, there was downtime. The school even had its own basketball team.
These were women who faced tremendous odds, and they were able to overcome and persist.
Bates Center Director Margo Brooks Carthon says nursing proved to be second nature for Black women.
They were really called upon from the very inception to provide care and nurturing to society.
After years of financial struggles, Mercy Douglas shut down in 1973. A community health clinic was built in its place and affixed to its entrance a plaque recognizing how Mercy Douglas cared for its neighbors, like Fields.
That was the best hospital at that time.
And yet the nurses of Mercy Douglas turned out to be ahead of their time.
And as a Black woman nurse, it's given me a greater sense of identity.
By looking back at how this sisterhood changed nursing and how this current generation is constantly moving forward. Brandon Goldner, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Following in the legacy of those nurses are two Black women revolutionizing the way Black men access therapy. CBS News Philadelphia anchor Yuki Washington shares why Black Men Heal is a change maker in the community.
A change maker that looks no further than its powerful and to-the-point moniker, Black Men Heal.
They're our brothers, they're our cousins, they're my son. So Black men, it's like this is for you by us.
Exactly. Its mission was created by two visionary and dedicated women, both of whom are driven to spark change. Zakiya Williams and Tasneem Suleiman.
It started about wanting to create initiatives for men, Black men and men of color, to come into therapy.
The two women are very good friends and both are also clinical therapists, and that's not all they have in common.
We both have fathers who struggled with mental illness and other issues as well. And when I think about it, my father was a Vietnam veteran, 100% disabled, PTSD. We put an Instagram post up, free therapy for Black men.
And much to their surprise, compelling and personally eloquent letters flooded their inbox.
They were so raw. They were so vulnerable. They were so transparent.
And that's just what they needed to start Black Men Heal in 2018. It's an organization that connects Black men with a therapist, one they can trust.
BMH will often host mental health retreats, hikes, and various events to speak to the root of mental health issues.
We're born into trauma even before we've gone through our own experiences of trauma, because we're carrying the weight of the trauma that our ancestors carried even before us.
Black Men Heal, we provide treatment to individual therapy. We provide 8 free therapy sessions.
Well, it's definitely a change maker because there's a stigma in terms of therapy.
and black folks in general.
Abdul Brahim Tab found out about BMH at a conference for black men in education. He's been working virtually with his therapist, Crystal Johnson, for almost 2 years now. And Crystal says it's been almost 24 months well spent.
And when I say it was the most rewarding thing I've ever done in my life, just seeing our young black men become their better selves.
I go to the barbershop weekly, and it is what I hear in the barbershop, people needing to vent. And I say all the time, I advocate and I say, men, go and speak to someone. It's good to see you. Oh my goodness.
Yes, it really is.
And thanks to this story, Abdul met Crystal in person for the very first time.
You hear stories of transformation, but to actually be a part of it and knowing that you had some input in it, right? I tell my clients all the time, like, I'm here to learn from you as much as you are learning from me.
Educating others, the lesson plan of Black Men Heal is a powerful and straightforward assignment designed to break generational cycles and flat out change the course of direction and perception about mental health. Yuki Washington, CBS News, Philadelphia.
We're continuing to highlight changemakers in healthcare.
I'm helping change lives. I'm paving the way for others.
And we'll meet a rising star in local politics.
I looked at Morristown and saw that in our 350-year history, there was no one that looked like me that was represented on town council. So I felt that representation matters.
Stay with us for Changemakers. CBS News Philadelphia celebrates Black History.
Welcome back to our special Changemakers. CBS News Philadelphia celebrates Black History. We are inside of the high school here at Girard College.
A historic change in medicine, the path to curing sickle cell disease that strikes people of color is happening here in Philadelphia.
Health reporter Stephanie Stahl has more on the gene therapy and one of the first patients who says his life has changed.
I'm trying to get into like day trading.
20-year-old Austin Lewis stays busy almost a year after getting a revolutionary new treatment for sickle cell disease, a genetic blood disorder that causes excruciating pain.
Oh yeah, it totally worked. I feel amazing.
For the first time in his life, Austin can enjoy being outside in the cold, which before the treatment would trigger the pain.
Do you feel a lot different?
I feel totally different. It's a brand new body. I feel like a new human.
Austin was the first patient at Children's Hospital of Philadelphia outside a clinical trial to get the new FDA-approved treatment. It involves collecting his stem cells that are then manipulated with a gene editing technology called CRISPR to normalize the blood. Last March, Austin was back at CHOP for the infusion of his reconstituted blood.
I totally feel relieved.
And so are his parents, who moved the family from New York to South Jersey to be closer to CHOP.
Us being a part of this, it's just amazing.
Because sickle cell disease strikes mainly people of color, this Black History Month is especially poignant for the family, with Austin being part of a life-changing medical breakthrough.
So this is history in the making. I think it's pretty amazing.
And a big accomplishment for the team at CHOP, now with a novel new way of treating, maybe even curing, sickle cell disease.
You don't get these very often in your career. So for me, wow. This is a big one.
Dr. Alexis Thompson is the chief of hematology at CHOP.
To be able to imagine something that is as extraordinary as gene therapy affecting a population that so often feels overlooked and is underserved by our healthcare system, it's just so rewarding.
For Austin, he's pain-free for the first time in his life.
Paving the way for others, so I feel great about that.
Now seeing a future where sickle cell will no longer be such a devastating diagnosis. Stephanie Stahl, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Our next changemaker is not even 30 years old, but the mayor of Morristown Township is building an impressive resume, and he's already achieved a number of firsts in his hometown. New Jersey reporter Ryan Hughes introduces us to the changemaker in Burlington County.
So help me God. Congratulations.
At 27 years old, Quentin Law made history, becoming the youngest actively serving mayor in New Jersey and the first black mayor in Morristown Township.
I grew up walking the streets of this town. Just to have the opportunity to play a small role in shaping the future for the next generation as a young person it means everything to me.
Law graduated from Morristown High School, and after college, he went to work for U.S. Senator Cory Booker. That helped ignite his passion for politics. At only 23 years old, Law ran a successful grassroots campaign and became the youngest member of town council in his hometown.
I looked at Morristown and saw that in our 350-year history, there was no one that looked like me that was represented on town council. So I felt that representation matters.
Law now works full-time as the New Jersey Government Relations Director with the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network. And 1 year into his first term as mayor, he says he's focused on expanding access to affordable housing, investing in aging infrastructure, and being a leader that listens, but admits many people often think he's the mayor's intern.
I try to frame the conversation away from years of experience and experience in my years.
Mayor Law also participates in a number of community organizations, and his leadership is inspiring the next generation.
He's been passionate about going throughout the community and just being that change, that policymaker.
Caleb Williams is a junior in high school. He isn't focused on a career in politics, but says he considers Law a mentor and calls him an inspiration.
There's not a whole lot of people in these higher positions that look like me, and him being a representation of what me and other people that look like me can be is a huge encouragement.
Law is not shy about his goal of seeking a second term as mayor, but he says he's not ready to confirm a run for higher office in the future.
I feel like the work isn't done. We have more work that we can do, and I'm looking forward to a big year in 2026.
A big year with big goals. In Morristown Township, Ryan Hughes, CBS News, Philadelphia.
On to how one change maker set up a launch pad for future generations.
My brother always wanted to be an astronaut or a pilot, in the dreaming aspect of the youth.
More on Changemakers. CBS News Philadelphia celebrates Black History.
We are back here at Girard College inside the museum, which features a space exhibit. And speaking of space, one change maker and alum was the late Charles Hicks. CBS News Philadelphia's Josh Sanders shares how his legacy proves not even the sky is the limit.
At Girard College, a dream that started decades ago is still taking flight.
My brother always wanted to be an astronaut or a pilot, but medically he was not able to perform due to sickle cell anemia.
Theodore Hicks' late brother Charles was the first Black graduate from the school and someone who believed exploring the universe should be open to everyone.
There's no greater opportunity than the world that's outside of even our world, Earth.
Charles launched a scholarship funded through the Girard College Alumni Association, sending students to Huntsville, Alabama to train like astronauts.
Doing the missions on top of a spacecraft was definitely the fun part, and like having to fix like solar panels and stuff on the spaceship was just definitely a fun experience.
Jeremiah Price is one of the Girard students who went to Huntsville last summer. From strapping into a multi-axis trainer which simulates an out-of-control spacecraft.
And you felt yourself spinning, but like since you were sitting down in the same space, it basically showed that like you still sit in place no matter how much you're moving around.
To simulating hours aboard the International Space Station. Jeremiah says the experience changed how he sees his future.
It definitely would drive me to go to space one day.
And he wouldn't be the first. Philly's own Dr. Guion Bluford was the first Black American astronaut to travel to space in 1983.
And working very hard in school that they can really be anything that they want to be.
Proving the changes you make today could have an out-of-this-world impact tomorrow.
To have people that actually paved the way for me to have the experience today was nothing for me to be but grateful.
Josh Sanders, CBS News, Philadelphia.
We close out here from historic Girard College in North Philadelphia, which played a huge role in desegregation in our country.
And we'll continue to bring you more stories reflecting the heart in our communities on broadcast, stream, and CBSPhiladelphia.com.
Thank you for watching.